1 week away from Sixers training camp, the Dame rumors are swirling. A new favorite to potentially land him, how it could shake things up, and a wild mock trade scenario, including the Sixers. We'll break it all down here on Philly Take with RB.
Perfect.
What is up, everybody? RB here. Welcome into the show. 1 week away from Sixers training camp. Finally, you know what that means? Ben Simmons, 100% healthy. He's back. He's going to show up, knock down three-pointers, etc. Nah, I'm just kidding, man. Let's get into the video. But anyway, welcome in to the show. Once again, hit that like button. You know the drill. Comment down below for the algo. Subscribe. Ring the bell. Don't miss any of the coverage. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be ramping up the content. We may go live next week at 11 a.m. You better have the freaking noties on so you don't miss it, man. We are bringing all of the lives back. I am so excited for what we have in store this year. Again, next week, training camp. We got media day coming up on Monday. Can you wait for all the freaking drama, all the questions, all the little things that are about to happen? It's going to get spicy, man. I cannot wait to cover it. But anyway, we are here today with, of course, more rumors. As training camp talk is heating up, it seems like one of the superstars, not the one for the Sixers, is probably going to get dealt in the next couple of days, next week maybe. But now there's a lot of new improvements and a lot of new intel on what may happen. So give me your predictions down below. But let's look at the Sixers. Let's take a live look at them real quick. Here they are. They post this on their Twitter and Instagram today. Shoot your shot. That's my motto, man. Go for it, right? You miss 1,000% of the shots you don't take, so why not? Why not? There's Danny Green. Look at that. Danny Green. This is 2023-24. And Danny Green. That's who we're featuring here in these pictures. It's crazy, man. There's Tobias. Yeah, I'll tell you what. This Nick Nurse shooting program, it has these guys looking a lot better in terms of form. There's Jaden Springer. Okay. Furkan Korkmaz. There's Daniel House Jr. His jump shot still looks ugly. But anyway, Sixers live look at training camp. I cannot wait to get into it. Well, let's talk about the main news, the things going on, because we still don't have much of an update on James Harden other than what we had the other day. He still wants to go to the Clippers. Will he show up at training camp? Who freaking knows? But Damian Lillard most likely will not. Here's the one piece of insight floating around there about Dame potentially staying in Portland. It's not happening, but apparently he would have been, quote, cool playing alongside Wemby if they had secured the number one pick. They ended up taking Scoot Henderson, and it took a while for Dame to finally, request a trade and get out of there. And now there doesn't seem to be any way that he goes back. And again, like I said the other day, good for Joe Cronin and the Blazers because, if I'm a franchise and you're looking at one of your best players, maybe the best ever in franchise history, you're not just going to give him up for a bag of potato chips, okay? You got to wait and get your value. And no, it should not be a way where there's only one team. You can only trade them to one team. And if you don't, then you're screwed. No, you're the team. You dictate the value and you decide whether you want to trade them or not. So that's where we're at with that. The Miami Heat, in other news, are still being idiotic. Yes, I said it. They are idiotic. The Miami Heat believe that they can win the East with their current roster and will not act desperate for Damian Lillard. Per Ethan Skolnick. Again, this is all posted by NBA Central, and they've had some back and forth, so I'm not saying, this is complete fact or whatever. These are just opinions, rumors floating around. That's what we're doing at this time of year. If the Heat really believe that they can win the Eastern Conference with the same roster, first off, they went with undrafteds, and then they lost those undrafteds who played really well. If they think they can run it back after essentially doing nothing this offseason, they are blind to reality. They've done nothing. They've waited, which still is why I believe they're going to make the trade for Damian Lillard. And, I believe that he's going to force his way there, his agent, whatever. So I still believe that the Heat are going to trade for Dame. But if they don't, if they press their luck here and they miss, they swing and they strike out, boy, that will be very, very bad. They're not going to go on another journey run with undrafteds again. Apparently, according to Marc Spears, who dropped a bunch of intel, he dropped a bomb of an article, and he's been on TV appearances the last couple of days. He's making his name a lot bigger right now. I mean, everybody knows Marc Spears, but he's really out there right now as the main guy reporting on this the last couple of days. He says that the Heat offered a trade package, including Tyler Hero and 2 first-round draft picks for Damian Lillard. Tyler Hero and 2 first-round draft picks. Yeah, they might not be close. They might not even be remotely close, right? They're probably talking about Jovic and Jaime Jaquez and Tyler Hero. That's not going to get it done for Dame. Okay, I'll tell you what the Blazers want. They want 4 first-rounders. They want 2 draft picks. They want 10 picks in the future. They don't want 2 first-round picks and Tyler Hero. No, that's not going to get it done. And that's why I think, again, my bold take the other day was that this is going to turn into a 3 or 4 team trade because there's just no way these 2 franchises are seeing equal. But that brings about something new because now there's a new team emerging as a favorite. Again, according to Marc Spears, the Toronto Raptors, who have been floating out there this past week alongside the likes of the Chicago Bulls, are now entering as a potential frontrunner. People think that Dame is now going to the 6. Damian Lillard as a Toronto Raptor, would he play there? Would he be willing to? Apparently, all we've heard is that he only wants to go to the Miami Heat. So now how would this work out, right? And it's not Nick Nurse there. It's a new coach, new system. But what did I say the other day? I'm telling you, Masai Ujiri is willing to take risks like this. He did it with Kawhi Leonard. It helped them out. I'm not saying their teams are, even in remotely the same position, but obviously you add Damian Lillard to that mix and who knows what they would have to give up, probably their first round pick and a couple more things. But man, I mean, that would be an interesting way that this shapes out, right? Another Eastern Conference team, but not the Miami Heat. And it would make the Raptors a lot more powerful. And according to Marc Spears as well, there's 2 really high-ranking teams, and obviously one of the other ones being probably the Chicago Bulls, who have, this leverage here to go up, down, trade their pieces, stay with LaVine, DeRozan. They have a lot of flexibility here, but we've heard a lot about them trying to pair Damian Lillard with DeMar DeRozan and Nikolai Vucevic. So, yeah, I think the Bulls could get in the mix. I just think it's going to be kind of like a jackpot here. It's going to be really interesting to see who gives that little extra push at the end and who goes out and makes this deal happen. It's going to be interesting. But there is one mock trade being pushed around, and it includes the Sixers. And Marc Spears, again, I'll tell you, this guy's been everywhere. He says that the Sixers are among the teams that are continuing to chime in and talk about Damian Lillard. The Blazers are continuing to talk to other teams. I've heard the likes of Chicago, Milwaukee, and even Philadelphia. I said the other day, I don't think it's feasible. I don't think the Sixers have enough to make it happen, which is, maybe if it turns into a 4-team trade and Dame comes to the Sixers, maybe that's the way it could happen. But he's getting older, more injuries, right? And essentially you would have to bank in and mortgage everything, including Tyrese Maxey, for maybe 1 or 2 years of Joel Embiid and Damian Lillard. And would you have the right supporting cast around them? All questions there. It would certainly be interesting, but even Milwaukee in the mix. How about Dame and Giannis? I mean, a lot to unpack here, but here is the trade that was put out from ESPN. The Sixers get Damian Lillard, Terrence Mann, Norman Powell, Robert Covington. The Blazers get Furkan, Tyrese Maxey, Jaden Springer, Nick Batum, Amir Coffey, Marcus Morris, and 2 first-round picks, and the Clippers get James Harden and Tobias Harris. Now, again, I'm just going to tell you right out. This is not happening. This is crazy. Would you do this trade, though? Let's say all, decision-making was out of it, just talent-wise, right? Like, just looking at this trade, take everything else out of it. Just from a talent perspective, if you could make this happen, would you do it for the Philadelphia 76ers? If I could, yeah, I would definitely do this. Get off the contracts of Harden and Tobias. Get a bunch of role players. Get Damian Lillard. Yeah, I would probably do this. Even though you're giving up Maxey, you're getting a lot more of a supporting cast, right? Rather than just one player. But it's not going to happen. I mean, really, where it comes down to, and where I've seen all these mock trades come down to, is why the heck would the Blazers do that, right? They have Anthony Simons. They have Scoot Henderson. Why would they add Tyrese Maxey, Jaden Springer, Amir Coffey, Furkan Korkmaz? Why would they do that? Why would they add in guys like that to a mix that already has a strong backcourt? And it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. The Clippers get what they want. The Sixers get what they want, but everybody continues to cheap out the Blazers on these deals. And really what the Blazers want, they just want draft picks, right? They have a nice young core. They have what they're building there, right? They have Chauncey Billups. Why not go out and add a couple more premier players in the next year or two? And that team could really be good in about 3 years. honestly. These deals just don't make sense, and nobody wants to give up the draft capital, right? The Heat want to give up Tyler Hero. The Sixers probably want to give up James Harden and Tobias Harris. Blazers don't want that. They don't want that. They're in a different position. And yeah, I don't know where some of these big mock trade ideas come from, but it's that time of the year, which is why I cannot wait for another week until training camp rolls around. We get substance to talk about. You already know the first question is coming, right? Probably from Howard Eskin. Hey, is James Harden show up? Where is he? Right? Maybe he'll pull a Ben Simmons and he'll say that he's coming and he'll get kicked out for having a phone in his pocket and slugging through drills. And Nick Nurse goes off on him. Man, I don't know. I don't know what to expect. This is really something. The unexpected is about to hit. And I'm jumping for it. I can't wait. I can't wait. I mean, there's always drama around this team. Always. So we will see how it plays out. But give me all of your thoughts. Do you think Damian Lillard will get traded in the next week? Do you think James Harden could get traded in the next week? Do you think they could be in the same trade? Give me your thoughts down below. Hit those notifications on. Don't miss any of the content. Appreciate you all. And I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.